everyone, I'm Lynx4 and welcome to Hello Neighbor. Now I'm over here by the high school because I was intending on playing the secret hidden levels, but I kind of got sick and time passed and I found something way more interesting. Now while I'll still be showing the school level and the closet level, I want to go over a theory that just came up in my mind. I think I know, before we get to the picture, before we get to why you clicked on the video, which is crazy, I think I know how the full game is going to be. Now if you go within the files of the game, you can actually access hidden maps. Now I kind of simplified it here, but we have the intro level, level 1, school, darkness, and the regular alpha 3 levels. Now if we go ahead and load up the intro level, we get the alpha 2 demo that we already played. Now why would they name it intro and level 1? Level 1 is just the basement of this area. I think because when the full game comes out, we're not just going to have one house. That would be a little lame just to play one house. We're actually going to have several houses, and it's going to start off with this one. But how could there be several houses? Well, one thing comes to mind. Maybe after you break into the house and you almost get into the basement, the neighbor decides to add upgrades. And he upgrades it so much that eventually he gets the house that you see in Alpha 3. Now there's still the Alpha 1 house that we don't have access to, and there's with the shark that swims around, and there's also the Kickstarter trailer house that we never had access to at all. There's so many houses that the developer is having us test. I believe that none of those are just tests, but they're actually going to be in the full game, because I believe when we're moving into this neighborhood, we're not just moving into a neighborhood with one creepy neighbor. No, we're moving into a neighborhood with multiple creepy neighbors. Here is a photo. I was browsing the Hello Neighbor website trying to find the picture of the clown with our neighbor and the grave in our backyard when I saw this guy. Who is this guy? It's right there, hidden in plain sight on the first page of HelloNeighbor.com. And he's wearing almost the same exact thing. He has a different shirt, and obviously he has a different face. Now they actually have very similar pants and very similar shirts. They just have a different color vest and obviously a different face. I mean, look at this face. It doesn't look like this. There is no concept art of the neighbor anywhere where he looks like this. His hair is going down when the neighbor's hair is going up. And he has a wider chin, and you can see his chin's kind of coming in there. He wouldn't be able to put his head so close like that if he had a wide chin. So we have multiple neighbors. But why? There's only two reasons I could think of. One, they're brothers. They have a similar style. They grew up a similar way. Or two, they're part of a cult. Or they could be brothers part of a cult. You know, it doesn't have to be different. But I believe they're keeping a secret in the basement. Obviously, they're keeping a secret. But in my personal opinion, they're actually not trying to keep us from getting in there. They're trying to keep the secret that's in there from getting out. Now we know at the end of the Hello Neighbor Alpha 3, we see a shadowy figure beyond the door. And a lot of people think that's the dead kid, and I initially thought that too. But he doesn't look very nice. He has sharp hands, spiky hair, not a very nice kid. Now it's my personal theory, and you have to stick with me here a little bit. I think that the neighbors, their family, their cult, this whole neighborhood that we moved into, they have a giant basement, and within that basement they're performing rituals to bring their dead loved ones back to life. And they bring them back to life through mannequins. They put their souls into mannequins and hopefully they're trying to bring him out some way, somehow. Now, we've seen the mannequins move around, be crazy, throw paper balls, but I don't think it's really working for the neighbors. So they're just burying the mannequins and leaving bells just in case they come back to life, but it's not working. But I think in the process of all of that, they accidentally brought this creature into the real world, and this is what they're leaving within the basement. They're trying to keep it trapped down there, but I think they're trying to keep this creature away from us while they still trying to bring back their loved ones within mannequins. Because if they're spirits, they need a body, and their bodies are already dead, so they're using the mannequins as the body. But they brought back this spirit, and it doesn't have a body. It's just hoping to kill. Because that doesn't even look like hair. Does that look like hair? No, this just looks like craziness. Like it's a little spirit thing. I mean, it would have been more of a human form, but it's not. Now, we still don't know exactly why the neighbor is crying. I think a lot of us are thinking he lost his wife, he lost his son, daughter, something like that. And while that may be true, I think we're going to find out in the full game, because not only are we going to play as our own character, but we're going to play as the neighbor himself, and I think I can prove it. Now, going into the files again, you can see the fear school level. Now, if we play it, basically it's just the level, some chairs, the students, and a teacher. Now, it has a student test, which is our own character, but it also has a teacher, the character we play as. Who can be the teacher? Now, I don't think it's our personal neighbor that we know, because he's kind of shown here as a clown. Same chin, same everything, but I think it's the other neighbor, the brother, the one with the green vest. We know in all the concept art, the neighbor is shown with the blue vest. This is the only concept art where he's shown with a green vest. It's definitely 100% a different neighbor, and I actually think this one is the teacher. And the first house, the intro house that we stumble upon, will be this guy's house. The Alpha 1 house does have a little school area in there. I think he's a teacher. I think he was trying to, I don't know, maybe his wife was also a teacher, and he was trying to bring her soul into a mannequin, and it didn't really work. Now, the last thing I want to show is this level. Now, here we are super small inside a closet, and if you look up, you can see eyes staring at you. And I know everybody's assuming that we're playing as us, the normal character, but I believe 100% we are playing as the neighbor. This has to be some sort of childhood nightmare, being stuck in the closet looking up. I mean, why else would we be imagining this? If we were a full-grown adult sneaking into the neighbor's house, we wouldn't have nightmares of being in a closet and looking up and seeing all these eyes looking at you. I think something traumatized the neighbor as a kid, because we are in the neighbor's house. If you look at the tile right here, you could see it's the same sort of tile that is used in the neighbor 3's house. Now, this house was originally pitch black, kind of like the closet, which made the flooring look a little bit more green instead of teal. Go away, neighbor! Now, I know this probably is just used for testing, but when the full game comes out, I really do expect every single one of these houses to be in the game, and I do expect us to play a house, almost get to the basement, get kicked out, and then have a flashback or something. We'll play in the school, we'll be in a basement, we'll be at a carnival, something will happen, but most of those times, or every single one of those times, we'll actually be playing as the neighbor and realizing all of these neighbors, probably a huge family, lost a few family members. So there you have it. that was my own personal theory of Hello Neighbor. It's pretty cool to see that there's going to be a second neighbor because it's right there. It's right there on the main page. They had a little bit of a redesign and that picture showed up with the second neighbor. I don't know if what I said is real. It's what I believe. Maybe you have a different theory. You can write it down below. But who knows? Anything is really possible until this point. There's a long time before the full game comes out. And I know I didn't play a game here, and it was more of a theory video. So, we'll leave it off with the epic conclusion of 2D Hello Neighbor, The Rise of Ned. In the last episode, we figured out that the neighbor's name is Ned. Probably. Well, we don't know. But there's a very good chance his name is Ned. Mom, do you really have to go? Oh, here's the story we've been looking for. Yes, Mom, I need to. But don't worry. Okay, son, I won't force you to do... Hold on there. Last call to flight 1414. I gotta go now, Mom. Goodbye. Goodbye. I will miss you. And the sun is gone on a plane far, far away. Okay, that text went a little bit fast, but we have a full-on story. I think I'm going to listen to some music. All right. Stop. Wait, I think... Wait, what? I didn't even get a chance there. Dear passengers, we have received news that there's a circus. To avoid problems, our flight is going to have a temporary stop at the nearby airport. Oh no. Why right now? Why is there a circus? But don't worry, passengers. In the meantime, why don't you go to the Golden Apple store? Oh, looks like I have to rent a house. Oh, so that's how we get into the house. There was a circus nearby, so we had to stop our plane, move into the neighborhood until the circus is over with. House rented. Now I only need the plane to arrive. Great. 1 hour later. Dear passengers, we have arrived at our destination. Please don't forget to pick up your bags and get out the plane. Tom Airplanes. Yes, do I got my bags? Can't wait to go home. I will call a taxi. What if I don't call a taxi? Should call them later. Fine, I'll call a taxi. 10 minutes later. Oh, it's finally here. I thought I was driving my own yellow car. Oh, we're here. Yes, 2017. What? What about 2017? That's right now. That's right now. Oh. It's over. We can all calm down a little bit. So that's how we moved into our neighborhood. Absolutely nothing to do with the rise of Ned, but his circus.